Our story begins in a small village in Ukraine. We see a little house where a happy couple lives together. The man's name is Nikola, and his wife's name is Nastya. Nastya was an artist who carved wood and made beautiful statues. Nikola worked as a teacher at a nearby school, teaching math to children. He was a very good teacher and all the children liked him, except for one boy named Ivan. Ivan was a very rude boy. Every day in class, he would bother his teacher Nikola. Ivan came from a rich family, while Nikola was poor. So Ivan would make fun of Nikola's looks and clothes. Ivan wanted Nikola to get angry and hit him, so he could complain and get Nikola fired from school. But Nikola was a very calm person. Ivan's words didn't affect him, and he stayed happy in his life. Nikola didn't have any electronic items like TV in his house, so he couldn't get news about what was happening in the world. One day, when Nikola was at school, he heard news on TV that Russia had attacked Ukraine. Many soldiers had died, and Russia had taken control of many places in Ukraine. In the evening, when Nikola came home, he found out that his wife was going to have a baby. This made him very happy, because Nikola was going to become a father. Both of them celebrated this good news together. The next day, Nikola said goodbye to his wife and left for school on his bicycle to teach the children. But on his way, he saw two soldiers smoking cigarettes and wearing different uniforms. These uniforms didn't look like Ukrainian soldier uniforms at all, which seemed strange to him. But Nikola thought maybe the government had changed the soldier uniforms. So Nikola didn't pay much attention and quickly reached his school. But when he entered the school, he saw that the entire school was empty. Not even one child had come to school. This made him feel worried. Then he watched the news on TV which said that Russian soldiers had entered Ukraine to take control, and now he realized that the soldiers he saw on the way were actually Russians. Thinking about this made him worry about his wife because she was alone at home. He immediately got on his bicycle and rushed home, but it was too late. When Nikola reached home, he saw those two soldiers beating his wife badly. Nikola tried to save his wife, but those soldiers beat him up too. Nikola begged them, "Please don't hurt my wife, she's going to have a baby." But the soldiers didn't listen and kept beating both of them. After a while, one Russian soldier searched Nikola's house, and when he didn't find anything useful inside, he got angry and set Nikola's house on fire and started to leave. Now seeing his house burning, Nastya became red with anger and picked up a stone to throw at those Russian soldiers. Seeing this, one soldier shot her, and Nastya died on the spot. Nikola felt like the ground disappeared under his feet when he saw his wife die. He went to his wife, took her in his arms, and started crying loudly. After a few hours like this, two Ukrainian soldiers came to Nikola. Seeing Nikola's dead wife, both soldiers felt very sad and put their hands on Nikola's shoulder, telling him not to lose hope. Then those two soldiers started digging a grave for Nikola's wife, and after digging it, they told Nikola to bury his wife there. After his wife's death, Nikola was completely broken. Now he was totally alone. Those Russian soldiers had not only killed his wife, but also burned down Nikola's house and killed his unborn child. So now he was burning with the fire of revenge, and he had to kill that Russian soldier who shot his wife no matter what. The only way to get revenge on that soldier was to join the Ukrainian soldiers. So right there, he asked those two soldiers, "Please take me with you. I also want to join in the Ukraine army." After this, both soldiers agreed to his request and took him in their car to the military base. Before leaving, Nikola kept with him a small statue made by his wife's hands, which she had made for his protection. When they reached the military base, their senior got angry seeing Nikola and refused to let him join the army because the senior started suspecting that Nikola might be a spy. When the senior got complete information about Nikola from those two soldiers, and Nikola also told him the whole story of how Russian soldiers cruelly killed his wife and burned his house, he said, "Now I have no reason to live." And he convinced the senior that he wanted to kill Russian soldiers and free his country. Hearing this, the senior agreed to let Nikola join the Ukrainian army. and his training started the very next day. Now because Nikola was an ordinary person, he was having a lot of difficulty during training. He had taught math his whole life and didn't know anything about guns. When all the soldiers were putting guns together, Nikola was much slower compared to them, and he put the gun together last. Seeing this, the officer thought that Nikola would never become a good soldier. But he didn't give up and focused on his training. One night during training, Nikola told his senior to not call him by his name because his code name was Raven. Hearing this, everyone started laughing at him, and the senior told him that code names aren't given so easily. For that, a soldier has to do something great for the country. Nikola didn't take these words negatively and started working even harder. At night, when all the soldiers were sleeping, Nikola would still practice learning things. One day, the senior told all the soldiers that they were short of snipers, and they needed to increase this number so they could fight the Russians. Here the senior asked everyone, "How many of you want to become snipers?" Hearing this, some people stood up, and Nikola was also among them because he also wanted to become a sniper. Seeing Nikola, all the soldiers started laughing. Looking at Nikola, his senior said to him, "You're not ready to become a sniper yet. You can't even put together and take apart a gun properly, so becoming a sniper is out of the question." To this, Nikola said, "I can become a good sniper. I just need one chance to prove myself." Hearing this, the senior said to Nikola, "Okay, here, you have to put this gun together in just 20 seconds. Now to prove himself, Nikola tied a cloth over his eyes and quickly took apart the gun and put it back together, and this work took him only 18 seconds. Seeing Nikola's speed, everyone was amazed. The people who were laughing at him before now started clapping for Nikola. The senior was also impressed with Nikola, and seeing his ability, he was included in sniper training. During training, Nikola was given an old model gun, while other people were given new modern weapons. Seeing this, Nikola also demanded modern weapons. The senior told him, "If you want that gun, you have to prove yourself." Now Nikola had no other choice, so he took what he got and left. During training, the senior told everyone that no matter what situation comes in front of a sniper, he doesn't move even 1 inch from his place and keeps aiming at his target. For practice, the senior shot bullets near everyone, and any sniper who moved from his position was removed from this training. But when Nikola's turn came, he didn't move at all from his place and kept his aim, and this way, Nikola passed this training. In the next training, snipers were shown their target only once, and then their eyes were covered with a blackboard. During this, they had to shoot their target by guessing. Some of the other soldiers passed this test, but when Nikola's turn came, his aim missed a little, and Nikola failed this test because the gun he had was quite old, and it was very difficult to aim perfectly with it. But everyone knew that if Nikola had been given a new gun, he would have aimed perfectly. The next training was even more difficult for those snipers because they had to shoot their target in flare light, and that too in the darkness of night. Here the senior fired a flare and everyone aimed, but no one could hit the target. Everyone else had already shot. Now only Nikola hadn't shot here. He understood that aiming directly in flare light wasn't possible. So when the senior fired the flare, instead of shooting, he guessed the distance of his target in the flare light and used his math knowledge to make a perfect shot. Seeing this, his senior and other soldiers were amazed. No one had ever completed this task before. Only Nikola did it. The senior was very impressed with Nikola and gave him his desired code name, Raven. Days went by like this, and Nikola kept working hard in his training, and finally the day came when the result of their training was about to come out. Here the colonel saluted Nikola and told him that he had passed this test. A few days late, the colonel came to Nikola and told him to pack his things because they had to go on a mission. News came that some Russian soldiers had taken control of a checkpoint, and this is where the real story began. Nikola's team quickly reached this location, took aim, and sat down. They were about to kill those Russian soldiers when they saw a car in the distance moving toward the checkpoint. So the colonel told everyone not to shoot. The Russian soldiers stopped the car and asked the people inside to come out. They checked their passports and searched the whole car. And when everything was okay, those soldiers gave them permission to leave, but kept their passports. When those people asked for their passports back, those soldiers beat them badly. Seeing all this, the colonel ordered his soldiers to fire. So all the snipers finished their targets in one shot. And this way, their first mission was completed. After the mission, when everyone returned to base, Nikola saw that many of his companions weren't present at the base. He got worried about where everyone had gone. When he asked where his other companions were, he was told that his other companions had been sent on another mission. The next day, Nikola got news that during the mission his companions went on, many of his companions had been killed, and all those people had been killed by a Russian sniper. That sniper's name was Siri, and he was Russia's best sniper. A few days passed like this, and Nikola went on his next mission with his companions. Reaching the location, they laid mines all around and sat down in their positions. After a while, Russian soldiers reached there, and Ivan was also with those soldiers. Ivan was the same boy who used to bother Nikola in school, and now he had joined the Russian army. But as soon as the colonel gave the order to shoot, Nikola got a little nervous because he didn't want to kill his student. But then Nikola put his feelings aside and shot the landmines placed there, causing a huge explosion that killed all the Russian soldiers, including Ivan. After everything was under control, the colonel angrily asked Nikola, "What were you thinking when I gave the order to shoot?" To which Nikola replied, "One of my students was among those Russian soldiers. I didn't want to kill him." Here the colonel explained to Nikola that he shouldn't feel sad about Ivan's death at all, because here he wasn't his student, but his enemy, and joining the Russian army was Ivan's own decision, so he didn't need to feel bad about it. After completing the mission, they all returned to their base camp. The colonel had complete trust in Nikola. He spent most of his time with Nikola. Here the colonel showed Nikola his family photo and told him that his family had 3 people. Both his daughters didn't know that their father was a soldier. "I told them that I do business, and my wife has also never told the children about me being a soldier." Here Nikola also told the colonel his whole story about how Russian soldiers cruelly killed his wife. During this, Nikola became quite emotional, but the colonel handled him. The next morning, they all went on their next mission. This mission was quite important because they had received news that a group of Russian soldiers was going to pass through that route. The colonel and Nikola quickly reached the location and sat down in their positions. After a while, they saw 2 Russian soldiers who were waiting for the rest of their team. Here Nikola noticed that one of the soldiers was the one who had shot his wife, and he was right in Nikola's aim. Here Nikola asked for permission to shoot, but the colonel refused. Now Nikola was getting red with anger because the soldier standing in front had killed his wife, and he had joined the army to take revenge for his wife. So he asked for permission to fire again, but once again the colonel refused. But now Nikola couldn't control his emotions, and he shot. The bullet killed that soldier immediately. But the bad thing was that the Russian soldiers found out their location. The colonel said to Nikola, "What have you done?" But the worst thing was that Russia's most dangerous sniper named Siri was also sitting in his position, and now he also knew their location. The colonel also knew that Siri was nearby, so he started looking for Siri. But before he could know his location, Siri gave him a headshot, and the colonel died on the spot. Now Nikola understood what a big mistake he had made. Because of his mistake, the colonel lost his life. Nikola found out that the Russians knew their location. The Russian soldiers also started heavy firing and bombing on Nikola. Now seeing the worsening situation, Nikola decided to retreat. He picked up the colonel's body and started coming back from his position. He quickly came out of the enemy area and went straight to his base. Nikola was very sorry about the colonel's death and was blaming himself for it. Here he swore that he would kill Siri and take revenge for the colonel's death. Soon Nikola got news of 2 Russian snipers and immediately went on his next mission. He reached his location and sat down taking aim. Soon he shot down the sniper. But while killing that sniper, another sniper had shot Nikola in the arm. But he didn't give up and somehow shot down that other sniper too. Now, because he was quite injured, he went to a secret base and started giving his body some rest. During this, he got a call from the army major, and he told Nikola that they had found the sniper who had killed the colonel. After that, Nikola reached his base, and here the major started telling everyone about the sniper. The major said, "That sniper's name is Siri, and he's Russia's best sniper. His aim has never been wrong. Siri has killed 6 of Ukraine's most capable snipers, so we shouldn't take him lightly." The major explained that Siri first kills Ukrainian soldiers and then makes a video of it and uploads it on social media so that Ukrainian soldiers give up. He said that Siri was a sniper who usually didn't change his position and hunted his enemies by sitting in a specific location. Now all these people made a plan that they would go to Siri's location by making 2 teams. According to the plan, their first team would attack the Russian soldiers from the front, and when they were busy in this attack, their second team would attack them from behind, taking advantage of this opportunity. Nikola would go inside the building and kill Siri. After all the planning was done, they all headed toward that location. Reaching the location, all the snipers took their positions and sat down taking aim. Meanwhile, Nikola also secretly entered the building where he saw 2 Russian soldiers who were busy talking. Nikola killed both of them without delay and moved forward in the building. After this, he signaled his team according to the plan, and as soon as the signal was received, the snipers sitting here killed all the soldiers. Meanwhile, Siri noticed that none of his companions were reporting to him. He felt something was wrong. So he went to the roof of the building where a Russian sniper was already present. But when he went up and saw the sniper, that sniper was dead. Seeing this, his heart started beating faster, and now Siri realized that Ukrainian soldiers had surrounded him from all sides. He contacted his base for backup, but the backup team would take another 10 minutes to reach him. Hearing this, he quickly came to his position and started looking for Ukrainian soldiers. But then he saw a small statue placed on the table in front, which was actually placed by Nikola after he left, which his wife had given him. Before Siri could think anything, Nikola attacked him and killed him by stabbing him with a knife. But due to this fight, another sniper present in the building became a little alert. But before he could do anything, Nikola threw a grenade near him, and in that explosion, this last sniper was also killed. After a while, the backup team called by Siri also reached the building. But they didn't know that Siri was now dead. So when they called Siri, Nikola answered the call and told them that they were all going to die, and saying this, he shot the truck driver. As soon as the bullet was fired, there was chaos among the Russian soldiers, and they all jumped out of the truck. But they didn't know that Ukrainian snipers were waiting to ambush them. Here, Ukrainian soldiers started heavy shooting and killed each Russian one by one. A few days after this mission, Nikola went to his wife's grave because the promise he had made to her was now fulfilled. He had killed all the people who had killed his wife and the colonel. Here Nikola swore that he would serve his country until his last breath, and saying this, he left from there. And with this, the movie ends. If you liked the video, please subscribe to our channel and like the video.